Hi. Greetings, dear, beautiful, magnificent, loving, terrific spirit soul that you are. Hey, how you doing? I just want you to know I love you. That's why I'm doing this, because I know who you are, because I know who I am. All right? And I know that my research is a little far out for most people, but that's because I've always been far out. I've always been like ahead of the wave. So I always get the first rocks that anybody wants to throw, always tend to be this way. Because see, people will argue for their limitations to the death. I'm telling you, they're fighting wars over concepts and whatever that they've been taught by others that aren't even there in their war, but are sitting somewhere else directing it. So all the people are all who are divine beings, all fighting together as if they have a conflict when they really don't. Okay, now. So my work then is about all about, because the greatest work in the world is all about you. And well, you're one of those. No, because if you know who you are, you're about everybody else too. You see, because it's who you are. It's your nature. So here's my topic: how to know what your divine powers, abilities, and qualities are. How do you know what those are? Okay. Now, in my book, Live Your Bliss, I use the examples of the Hermetic axioms, thoughts, about how this reality here is constructed. And then, because I connect dots on all different levels. I'm a researcher on many different levels, like a forensic amateur geologist or forensic amateur archaeologist. These are things I wanted to do also as a kid, but I didn't really do it. It sounded good. But I realized there's just a lot of things that I'm interested in. I've always been that way. Okay, so when you're connecting these dots, coming back to who you are, you can use these axioms. The first one is all is mind. Now, all is mind is telling you this reality is all in the mind. It's telling you there in that. And in John 1:1 in the New Testament, it says, in the beginning. So you know if a beginning it's a creation, because we have no beginning. We're not a creation. We are eternal beings. We are a spark of the divine that has personal qualities. It's not that you're just a mind, you don't exist. No. You can't be the mind if you have one. Can I tell you one? Okay, so all is mind, and it says, in the beginning was the Word. So it says in the beginning of this manifestation was a word. Now what's words made of? Words are thoughts. Right, thoughts are words are thoughts, and words are and words are sounds. Right, sound, you're hearing my sound. Sounds are vibrations. Right, they also create a feeling or a sense in the listener and the feeler, whatever. And your own voice is healing. Got to know this. You got to be singing. Okay, you know we're all over the place here, but it's all together because it's all about you. So into the voice and into the singing. So in the beginning was the Word, and the word's a sound, and the sound is a vibration. The vibration is energy. Energy glows. Energy is electric. Just like I took off I have this really cool wool sweater I got. It's just so thick. I just love it. It's just great. I said I want to sleep in it. It's so great because it's cozy. Anyway, but in the night, I just wiggle like that. Sparks come off of it because there's an electricity that is there, and it's not the natural. Okay, so we can see everything here is running by energy, and it's actually we see the artificial energy. There's natural energy, which is earth energy and our body energy. But and so there's natural, but then in order to sell the energy or make money from the energy, or then to use it to make bombs and explosives and destruction, like direct energy weapons or however, flashes, such, we know about those, is that it's a different vibration. See, it's a different sound. It's a different sound. The walls of Jericho came down from the sound of the horn, matched in an opposite way the sound, the vibration of the mountain Jericho, and it turned to dust. Okay, that's interesting. Take a look at the Sahara Desert. It's not sand, it's dust. It was a civilization. Now you say, oh, how could it be? Well, you don't dig deep enough. You don't look, and you're not really researching, you see. So anyway, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. So the Word was with someone who spoke the Word, or that person who heard the word, who took that word in, however it would be, that sound, that vibration, okay? And the word was God. What? Oh, you mean the sound vibration became the almighty, great spirit, all-powerful, knowing, divine, supreme being? Really? Not. That's not true. That's saying how this world operates. The word is people's law. They make laws out of words. They make rules out of words. They make all of the stuff and labeling everybody. So anyway, the second axiom is as above, so below. Now, how you can use this, and don't do it opposite, as below, so above. It doesn't work that way. So you can use as above, so below for you to understand patterns, to get a sense of how you take your own power back by realizing, I'm going to have to go in a minute because there's a plane, but I want to finish this, but that when you know that you have a certain quality or gift, then the absolute you at your highest level have that gift in totality, not just a fraction of it in this reality, you see? Because when we have a part of it, you'll have some liking or some caring for, but when you acknowledge that as a conceived reality, see, in the beginning, a conceptual one, it has to have a model. It has to have something because it's not an originator, it's a copy. So there is the divine, the spiritual, the qualities that you have to work in this reality get perverted or twisted or shape-shifted into one where you become, instead of a loving servant, you become a slave, a mental slave to the words that you have to use to express yourself and the meanings and definitions that have been given to you, definitions, that you're now manifesting in your own reality. So as you start taking your power back, in my book, remember, Live Your Bliss, and it'll explain that. It's really good. And my first book, What You Think of Me Is None of My Business, is already now on Kindle. And it's coming out, will be in audio soon. Someone with really wonderful voice is recording it. I didn't want to go over it again. It was I wrote the book, Anyway, Dare to Be Great. Also, Love and Power in a World Without Limits. But anyway, What You Think of Me Is None of My Business is coming out in a new trade paperback, brand new, around December or so. So that's really a good one to give to everybody, to get for yourself if you don't have it. And Live Your Bliss. Contact me by email, Terry@terrycolewhitaker.com, for our phone complimentary visit. Get to know each other. Get a sense if we want to work together. I get to know what you want, and off we go. Mentoring, counseling, spiritual therapy, even cheerleading. But that's that I kind of wanted to be there. I didn't feel. I trained my sisters. Yeah, I had 3 younger sisters, but they were always fighting this. What made you boss? Well, I was the oldest one, but anyway, so they wouldn't come out of the bathroom when it was time for us to audition for the be cheerleaders, and I'm glad, because saved us from terrible humiliation. We were terrible. Anyway, so I love you a lot, and I'll do more on this topic, but as above, so below, and Live Your Bliss. Okay, hugs, and there's retreats, counseling, all kinds of goodies for you. I'm here. Because why? My happiness comes from your divine happiness, joy, fulfillment, satisfaction, and prosperity, because I know who you are.